Hola.
¿Cómo estás?
Bene. Is that Italian?
That was Italian. In Spanish,
Sí.
it's bien.
Bien. I knew that. It's like speed dating.
Yeah.
Only slower.
Well, let's hope we're a match at the end.
Yes, well, don't jump the gun. Let's start over. Hi.
Hi, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Me too.
Please tell me what inspired you to do this role.
I'm a little bit afraid. Sitting
So you
across
should
from
be.
you.
So who's the Republican and who's the
I
Democrat?
know, I was thinking, we look very political. It's Cinderella, it's...
It's a very political film. Scott from Seattle.
Lovely to meet you.
Oh, dear.
It's not
It's
a whole bunch.
so...
Awesome.
I'm
It's-
so
no, it's warm.
awesome. I am so awesome. It's warm.
It is warm in here.
How do you choose your participation in projects right now?
Blindfolded, like that.
What can't you sell
What can I sell?
in terms of wardrobe?
I don't know that I can do a bikini and stilettos anymore. Although I would go there if I was paid enough money.
Oh, I thought you were going to say if the character demands it. but
No, it's all about the money.
When you get that phone call, I'm assuming possibly from Ken, that says, we've been thinking about the most spiteful, evil, terrible, hateful character we can think of. We'd love you to play her. Do you think?
There's a compliment in there somewhere.
Okay, so I want to know, how do you deal with nasty people? Do you kill them with kindness, or do you...
Just kill them. No, I have a little list. I have a number I call, and then they're not here anymore.
Well, I remember when I was talking to you for Hannah, you said people shouldn't be surprised you make such a great villain because you're actually evil in real life. Watching this, I think so.
Well, I've been in rehab for, a very long time, and I've forgiven myself for all the bad. No, I'm a very, very nice person. I don't think I ever said that. That must have been Kate Winslet you were talking to.
It was another case.
So on set, you weren't ever tempted to go a little bit more method,
nice.
go into character and sort of walk up to Lily and go, right, you, coffee run.
You know Whiplash?
Yes.
Rushing or dragging? That was my question to her every day.
That just seems unfair.
Yeah.
That seems mean.
But look at her performance.
It's perfect.
It is.
You're the perfect
It's all
acting coach.
thanks to
Yeah.
me.
When she starts winning awards for this thing, she'll be having to thank you. You'll
She
be like,
will.
you better.
She will. I know where she lives.
What about in Hollywood? You've probably dealt...
Oh, there's no mean people in Hollywood. It's a love fest.
It's like a Disney movie.
It is like a Disney movie, she says, with a curlicue.
It's a long time. I've never had the pleasure of interviewing you, and I wasn't sure you...
It's because I keep saying no. I
that's
cannot
why.
talk to... Would you please not let that man in the room?
I was gonna bring like a six-pack of beer. You seem like the type of person that we should just crack open a beer and just have
This
a chat.
date is not going well.
No? You don't want beer?
I do not drink beer. I tried
Wine.
to drink beer on pub crawls when I was, at Melbourne University. I couldn't do it.
So then wine? What should I have brought with me that would have helped break the ice here?
There's a really great potato vodka called Cow, I think. Comes
Okay.
from Devon.
Okay.
So you could go to Devon and get me some if you really loved me.
I do love you.
If you want the sex to be good, that's the vodka. The beer is just not going to cut it.
well,
This is
hold
a
on.
family movie. What are we talking about?
Yeah, but you just told me that you have to get drunk and drink vodka before you even consider sleeping
positions
with
for
me.
me here talking about Cinderella?
Yes, let's get back on track
Okay.
because this is for the kids.
This is not going to
for
work.
the kids.
It is. We're not having kids. How long have we known each other?
What kinds of chores do you hate doing around the house? If I was to go into the...
You don't want to go there. I went there. Picking up dog poop. But let's just not talk about it because it was too traumatic. I can't even go there.
But don't you have people like minions?
Peep the dog poop people?
I
If you
don't
have a
know.
number I can call for someone to pick up the dog poop, the tons of dog poop that no one else in my family wants to pick up. I am so traumatized by the amount of dog poop that's in my backyard that I have to collect that was never the contract when we got the dogs. Give me the number and then yes, I would happen. Do you have people to pick up your dog poop?
How many,
Is there
dogs
such
are, how many dogs are in this household?
2, but they've got really big bums. Really big bums. And I have to pick them up. Cinderella, we'll talk about Cinderella. There's no dog poop in that fucking story.
Oh my God.
I swear to God, every time I've gone back into the rehearsal room for a play, my husband and my sons get a dog. And I said, I am not picking up the poop. I was traumatized as a child. I will not pick up the poop. And I found myself, my husband was at work the other day, I was at home. I swear to God, we have now 2 dogs. I picked up a bag of poop that was this big. I took a photo of me with it, and my husband was in the middle of rehearsals, and I went, come home. I swear to God, it was all shaky because as it ages, it goes white. It goes and it had been raining. Like I had the raining stuff at the bottom, and then they had the stuff that had been there for 3 weeks.
This is shockingly
I
graphic.
picked it, but that's my trauma. That is the one I can wash the dishes. I can do the nappies. I'm not dog poo.
Is this Cinderella kind of like
This is Cinderella. Yes.
I know. Okay.
You're not in the junket for Fast and Furious. That was Cinderella. I thought the girl in the blue dress, but if that didn't work, the name's underneath.
Wait, but she looks like she's
Put your
sleeping,
glasses
so I
on.
thought maybe it was
She's
a sleeping beauty.
She's dancing.
No,
she is
she's
really awake.
dancing.
Our sexual relationship. You think she's sleeping?
I think this date is going
this is going
fantastic. It's
really
better than
bad.
any other date that I've been on before.
You have such a gaze, a signature. The crew is cracking up here.
I have a whole lot of gays.
The signature Disney villain gaze. I want to know, how do you do that Disney villain gaze? Teach us.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought Disney villain gays, as in the gay Disney villains. Sorry, this is an accent dysfunction. Oh, you mean the gays, not the gays. I didn't know. Well, Lady Tremaine, maybe if she was gay, maybe she would have been happier. She would have been. But their marriage was never going to work.
The gaze, the look. How do you do the look?
Oh, now you're signing. It's actually easy to understand you. We feel like we're from the same culture, but we're just not. Oh, the gaze.
Yeah, give me that stepmother gaze. How do I do it?
That's really good. That's really good. If I had met you months before, I would have been nominated this year. No, that's good. I think I do. Next time I do it, I'll move my head. I didn't move my head enough, clearly. But you've got it down. What am I meant to do with this? Is this a free association?
Is it a Disney ferry or a Washington State ferry? You know the green boat?
No, we've got to go back to basics.
Okay. Washington State, we have a lot of ferries.
Oh, no,
So we get
this is
island
a
to island.
language issue. When you say ferry, I think you mean the thing with... So it's
Right.
we say ferry and fairy.
Oh.
See, there's a slight difference. Whereas in America, everything sounds the same.
Ferry.
Ferry. But so how do you say the difference between the
problem
fairy
is we
godmother
say-
is not a boat?
No, fairy godmother's not a boat.
So say the two things.
Washington State ferry,
Yes.
fairy godmother.
See, exactly. There's no difference.
See?
How do you people communicate with each other?
I was counting up my favorite things about your character, and I had to keep coming back to the laugh. I was wondering, because like the look to me is very obviously like Joan Crawford or something like that, but the laugh, I want to know where that came from.
It came from, I wanted to have a flaw in the glass, the fly in the ointment, whatever the, metaphor is. And often when you meet someone who is impeccable, there's something, the way they eat, their politics, the way they laugh, something will give them away of their ugly interior. And really early on, I wanted that to come out. And I laughed one day on set and I saw Ken look really worried and horrified, and I thought, okay, that's good.
For the closed mouth laughing, that's what got me.
All right.
How do you do that? I tried, I looked ridiculous.
right.
You look wonderful and also terrifying.
I know. I think I scared Ken a little bit because it's not in the nicest, prettiest laugh in the world. He was not sure about it, but I said, just run with it. We can always change it in post.
It looked like it was a lot of fun to do.
It was. I mean, the crew, in a lot of way, are your audience. And then, your first stage of audience before, obviously, the film gets made and people go and see it. But, and so a lot of it was for the crew.
One of the moments that stuck out for me is I was most impressed. How were you able to get that cat to do what you wanted to on a leash? 'Cause
That's your question?
I try and put my girlfriend's cat on a leash, and it just never works for me. So I thought maybe you can give me some tips.
That's your question?
I thought
That's your question?
Well, you took up all our time talking about vodka from a cow or something. I don't know.
Nice to meet you.
We got a high five. This is a high five kind of thing. Thank you so much.
Blanchett, it was a pleasure.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I can't do it.